Commander Zixathara's three eyes widened as the distress beacon's response code scrolled across her tactical display. Impossible. The encryption signature was unmistakable. Human military protocol. Alpha 9 classification. But humanity had been declared extinct 7 cycles ago when the Krethok swarm had descended upon their homeworld, like locusts upon grain. "Ma'am, you need to see this," her sensor officer chittered, mandibles clicking nervously. "Multiple contacts emerging from slipspace. Bearing 270 distance, they're right on top of us." The bridge of the Galactic Coalition frigate Luminous Dawn fell silent as reality tore itself apart. Not one, not two, but 7 massive signatures punched through the fabric of space, their exit wounds blazing with exotic radiation that made every scanner scream in protest. Zixathara had seen many warships in her 40 years of service. She had witnessed the legendary Velkari battlecruisers, massive constructs that dwarfed mountains. She had observed the crystalline armadas of the Photonic Collective, beautiful and terrible in equal measure, but nothing, absolutely nothing, had prepared her for what now materialized before her fleet. The human dreadnoughts defied conventional ship design, where other species built sleek, elegant vessels that flowed through space like fish through water. Humans had constructed floating fortresses. Each ship was a brutal statement of intent, all sharp angles and reinforced armor plating that seemed to absorb light itself. Weapon batteries bristled from every surface like the quills of some ancient earth creature. And their size. Coalition intelligence had severely underestimated human engineering capabilities. "This is Dreadnought Indomitable, flagship of the Terran Remnant Fleet responding to Coalition distress beacon Sigma 74. A voice crackled through the communications channel. It was deeper than any Zixathara had heard, carrying an edge of barely controlled fury. "We read multiple Krethok signatures in your vicinity. Recommend you move your ships to our designated safe zone. We're about to make the universe a little brighter." "Terran vessel, this is Commander Zixathara of the Coalition frigate Luminous Dawn," she responded, struggling to keep her voice steady. "We were told Earth had fallen." "We mourned your species." "How? Earth did fall, Commander," the human interrupted. 3 billion souls lost in 6 days. But we're humanity. We don't stay down for long. Safe zone coordinates transmitted. You have 90 seconds to comply." Zixathara didn't waste time arguing. She'd seen what the Krethok did to ships that lingered in contested space. "All vessels, emergency burn to transmitted coordinates now." The Coalition fleet, 17 ships representing 9 different species scattered like startled prey. They barely cleared the combat zone when the human dreadnoughts opened fire. Zixathara had read the ancient human military doctrine files, the ones historians had preserved as curiosities of a supposedly extinct species. The humans had a concept they called overwhelming force. She had thought she understood it. She had been wrong. The dreadnoughts didn't fire elegant lance beams or sophisticated particle streams. They unleashed hell itself. Massive kinetic accelerators hurled projectiles at relativistic speeds, each impact carrying the energy of a tactical nuclear weapon. Missile pods, each containing hundreds of independently guided warheads, erupted from launch bays that seemed impossibly large. And then came the energy weapons. Not the refined, efficient designs other species preferred, but brute force projectors that carved through Krethok shielding like a blowtorch through tissue paper. The swarm, which had terrorized this sector for 6 months, which had destroyed 14 Coalition task forces, which had been deemed an extinction-level threat to galactic civilization, lasted precisely 4 minutes and 37 seconds. "Contact clear," the human voice reported, now with a hint of grim satisfaction. "Threat neutralized. We're transmitting medical and engineering assistance protocols. Your ships took a beating." As Coalition vessels began coordinating with human support craft, Zixathara found herself staring at the tactical display. Where 300 Krethok bioships had swarmed just minutes ago, there was now only expanding clouds of debris and rapidly cooling organic matter. "Commander," her communications officer called out. "The human flagship is requesting a private channel." Zixathara accepted. The face that appeared on her screen was weathered beyond its apparent years, with eyes that had seen far too much death. But there was something else there, too. A burning determination that refused to be extinguished. "Commander Zixathara, I'm Admiral Sarah Chen, formerly of Earth Defense Force, currently commanding the Terran Remnant Fleet. I apologize for the abrupt introduction." "Admiral," Your arrival was most welcome, Sixthera replied. But I must ask, if Earth fell, where have you been? How did you survive? Chen's expression hardened. When the swarm came, we didn't have time to evacuate everyone. But we had time to get our shipyards to orbit, our factories, our foundries. We loaded everything we could onto colony ships and ran. Been building in the dark spaces between stars for 7 years. Building and planning and remembering. 7 years? Sixthera breathed. You've been preparing all this time? The swarm took our world, Commander. They killed our children, burned our cities, turned Earth into a hive. But they made one critical mistake. Chen leaned forward, and Sixthera saw the fire that had carried humanity from cave paintings to starships blazing in those human eyes. They left survivors. And humans don't forget. We don't forgive, and we sure as hell don't quit. The Admiral's image shifted, showing a star map filled with red icons, swarm hive worlds, hundreds of them spreading across the galactic arm like a malignant growth. We've been tracking them, learning their patterns, preparing our response. Today was just the opening move. Admiral, Sixthera said slowly, understanding dawning. What are you planning? Sarah Chen smiled, and it was the smile of an apex predator that had just caught the scent of prey. We're planning to remind the galaxy why Earth's primary exports were always courage, stubbornness, and really, really big guns. The swarm wanted to know what happens when you corner humanity. They're about to get a comprehensive demonstration. As the Dreadnoughts began forming up for their next jump, Sixthera watched with newfound hope. The galaxy had mourned humanity's passing. The galaxy had been wrong. Humanity hadn't perished. It had simply gone away to build something terrible and wonderful. The beacons would carry word. Humanity had returned, and they had brought their Dreadnoughts. The swarm's extinction had just become inevitable.